Tony Payne, Zach Kudo, Mike the Priest, Justin Ballmeister, and Caleb Epley. David Burrow. A kill coffee ball for the scoreboard. And respect for all who serve their country to defend the freedoms we enjoy. We ask gentlemen to remove your hats and stand for the playing of our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. The Star-Spangled Banner will be conducted by Director Michelle Giroir. Please give them a standing for the players of the Chillicothe overall. The Chillicothe Cavaliers will like the wish to be that team. Best of luck to them. So Cavs, the band closes their pre-game show with a crowd favorite by the Doobie Brothers, Long Train Running. Following the game this week, the Chillicothe Cavaliers will perform a post-game show of their 2022 competition show titled The Tale of the Dragon. Please join us as the show will start approximately after the game.
Pleasant good evening to you. Welcome into Chillicothe High School as the Cavaliers 7-2, 3-1 in the FAC, host the Jackson Ironmen, who also come in at 7-2, but they are unbeaten in Frontier Athletic Conference play. So the Cavaliers here at home looking to pull off the upset in the big rivalry game here in Week 10. Jackson won the toss. They elected to defer, so they kick it away first. And someone's going to have to field that football. A big hit out there at the 25-yard line. And boy, it seems like week in, week out, we see a loose football, and it's almost like the players forget on the kickoff. That's a live ball. You have to go get that thing in a hurry, and almost a disaster there to start the game for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, Oscar Morgan took a pretty big hit. Luckily, I didn't get a number, but another Cavalier able to get on top of it. Could have been a disastrous start for Chillicothe here at the beginning of this game.
So the Cavaliers will get the football first. We've talked about the last few times we've done this. When you start with the football, very important that first drive of the game. Try to go down and get a score. Otherwise, your advantage of having the ball first kind of goes away. We'll start with a handoff just off the left side that loses a yard, it looks like. Max Lee, the running back for the Cavaliers, a season-ending injury and a tough loss for the Cavaliers, so they'll try to piece it together with Quinlan Netter and Oscar Morgan and perhaps a little bit of Sean Smith. Right now it's Quinlan Netter in there to the left of the quarterback, Mason Dowdy, the 6'3 senior who's thrown for almost 1,800 yards this year. Go three wide receivers here. Dowdy to throw quickly, swings it out to Reinhardt, trying to find the edge, has a little bit of room out to about the 28-yard line. And a nice gain there will bring up third down and a bit more manageable here. First catch for Lucas Reinhardt on the first pass play of the night for the Cavaliers. Now 24 on the year for the junior receiver. 264 yards and a touchdown coming in. It's Netter in the backfield with Dowdy in the gun. Trying to draw Jackson offside, and it looks like they did.
That's an easy way to get a first down. Able to hard count here. 3rd and 5 should be an automatic first down. That's how you recover from a 1-yard loss on first down, faced with a 2nd and 11. A nice play on 2nd down. New set of downs here for Chillicothe.
So first down and 10 from their own 34-yard line. And Netter will go back into the pistol behind Dowdy. Trying to bark out some orders here pre-snap. 3 receivers here on this set. The tight end Galloway on the top of the screen. Dowdy throws on the run, has Galloway open. The tight end out near another first down. Looks to be about a yard short. We'll call it a 9-yard gain for Tavion Galloway, the 6'5 junior committed to LSU. And a nice little play there off the rollout. Get the tight end to sneak out toward the sideline.
That's a guy you're going to get used to seeing. Team leading 29 catches on the year, 627 yards, a big target for Mason Dowdy.
Leads the team in catches and yards. He's 2nd in touchdowns with 6 this year. Trey King leads the team in touchdown catches with 8. Looks like King there at the top of the screen, split out by himself. 2 receivers here on the near side. 2nd down and 1. They'll hand it off. Nice little hole initially. Ball comes out, and on the turf, it looks like Jackson was there. And Jackson football. Fumbling has been a problem for the Cavaliers this year. A couple of different players on the offense have fumbled 3 times each. Lost fumbles 3 times each. And so the Cavaliers looked like they were moving the ball a little bit. Turn it over on the opening possession. And great field position here for this Jackson offense that has, well, been pretty good this year. 39 points per game. They're averaging over 220 rush yards, 195 plus passing yards per game. 366, so they go in the double tight here. Hand it off to Wolford straight ahead. A little bit of room out to the 2nd level inside the 40. Cade Wolford, 5'10", 200-pound junior. Over 700 yards rushing and 9 touchdowns on the ground. He is the team's second leading receiver also. So we'll see a lot of number 8, Cade Wolford, tonight. Jacob Winters, of course, the quarterback for Jackson, committed to Ohio University, 3-star recruit, had offers from other Division I schools, a few others in the MAC. I'll hand it off again here, Wolford, and try to shimmy his way around the edge. He got a little extra room, and a first down out over toward the 30-yard line for Wolford. Head coach Andy Hall for Jackson in his 14th season with the Ironmen. 114 wins, 37 losses in those 14 seasons. Senior night here in Chillicothe, a lot of the football players saying their favorite football memory was beating Jackson.
A couple years ago.
Winters will hand it off. Wolford again, sidesteps one man right at the point of attack, and he falls forward. And it looks like he'll have another first down here for the Ironmen, who are not having much resistance right now from this Cavalier defense that gives up about 18 points per game. They've given up nearly 188 rush yards per game this year. It's been a bit of a struggle for them in that regard, giving up about 304 total yards a game. So 1st and 10 here from just inside the 20, and a legal procedure. So a false start. Look at Jackson's record, 7-2 coming in, receiving votes in the Division III Ohio State poll, just outside the top 10. Some big wins. And really, you know, you talk about college football, and they talk about good losses, some good losses, especially that one against Ironton back in week 2. 29-26 was the final there. And a handoff straight ahead will go nowhere. Ironton, of course, 9-0, looking like they'll be 10-0 after tonight. One of the top teams in the state.
You know, you talk about good losses. You lose to an Iron. Only have lost games by a combined 4 points. You lose to Ironton by 3. You lose to Tri-Valley by 1. Talk about good losses, good wins as well. You pick up a win over Wheelersburg. You pick up a win over Western Brown. That's Western Brown's only loss on the season.
Yeah, Western Brown, one of those teams ranked in the top 10 in their division. Sideline warning here on Jackson. I don't think they're going to back the ball up anymore here, but it's crazy to think, though, this Jackson team that certainly looks poised to make a nice little playoff run. At one point, they were 1-2 3 weeks into the season.
Yep.
But they've rattled off 6 straight wins, including that big win over Western Brown. There were probably some folks, they were sitting there at 1-2 thinking, boy, Western Brown coming up might be looking at 1-3, but got a big win, 41-35 in that one. 2nd down here. They'll fake the handoff, looking to throw, and nobody home. Trying to find Gavin Jones, the tight end, coming across. There's Jacob Winters, the quarterback, 6'3", 220. Last week didn't have to throw it much in a blowout win, 63-21 over Washington, but was 8 of 12 for 128 yards and 3 touchdowns. Guy that's thrown for nearly 2,300 yards in his high school career, most of those this year. He'll take it himself off the left side here, looking for the sideline, has room. A flag comes in from the farthest back official. So right now it's a 1st and goal right around the 5-yard line on the run from Jacob Winters, but we'll wait and see what the flag is here.
Looked like it may have been a block in the back, not holding.
So holding on Jackson will wipe out that nice run from Winters.
And really, penalties here killing Jackson so far. You get the false start. You follow that up with a holding a few plays later. 3rd and a mile here, 3rd and 17.
Remember, Chillicothe was moving the football on the opening drive and then fumbled it right shy of midfield. And now Jackson trying to punch it in first. And whistles again. And a false start again on Jackson. So that'll move it back outside the 30 to the 31-yard line. The first down line is the 10, or just inside.
Thing is, outside of the penalties, done a pretty good job moving the ball. You got a kid in Cade Wolford averaging right around 7.5 yards per carry so far. 4 carries for 26 yards so far tonight. Probably not going to want to run the ball here. Probably more or less forced to throw at 3rd and 21. Although I don't know what the field goal kicking situation is at Jackson.
We'll throw a quick pass here to Wolford. The running back coming out of the backfield slips a tackle and nearly was able to turn it up on the sideline. He does step out of bounds for a short gain. I will tell you that there is 6:27 left. There, the scoreboard updated. Sometimes the software mistakes the 6 for an 8. So I'll try to keep an eye on that. So 4th down and 16 here for Jackson. We'll go in the shotgun. Looks like Brorman to his right. Winters has a little pressure. Throws it to a blue jersey and unable to make the interception. There was not a white jersey in the area. Could only think that Winters was expecting someone to cross into that spot.
I tell you what, although there wasn't any white jerseys in the immediate area, may have been a good thing for the Cavaliers that I think it was Netter going for the interception, didn't come up with it.
Maybe he was trying to throw a pick, and if nobody was open, throw a pick and see if you can tackle him.
Right.
That'd be a little unconventional, but.
Because they're going to get the ball around the 25-yard line. I think there was a pretty good chance Netter probably gets that to the 25-yard line, but you know, really no hurt with the drop there because that was right around, let's say, the 10-yard line, so not a whole lot lost there for Chillicothe.
So the Cavaliers defense holds. Some penalties helped out. Nice run here. Morgan has the corner. He has some wheels out over the 40 toward midfield, and he's pushed out just past the 50-yard line. They'll mark him right at the 50. And our first big play of the game from either offense comes on a long run from Oscar Morgan, the senior running back. Came in with just 49 carries for 201 yards and 2 touchdowns. And he was pushed out of bounds there finally by Tucker Williams, the sophomore safety for the Ironmen. So 1st and 10 here for the Cavaliers at the 50. And it looks like Chillicothe is going to burn its first time out.
Yeah, it looked like they were having trouble getting the right personnel on the field. Had a guy come off last second. May not have had everybody in that they wanted to. Looking back on that carry by Morgan, it's his first carry of the day. We've seen him get a lot of work this year, averaging right around 5 yards a carry. Haven't really seen him much. He did take a big hit on the opening kickoff, so that was the first time we've seen him offensively so far tonight. Pretty solid first carry for Oscar Morgan.
So the Cavaliers, you know, you have the big play on your first
Senior
play.
night.
Yeah, you have the big play. You want to make sure you have things squared away the way you want it to continue the momentum. Nothing will kill a drive like a bad penalty or a bad play.
I just asked Jackson. I mean, you're moving the ball down the field. Wolford, you know, averaging what he usually averages, and back-to-back penalty. I think it was actually a trio of penalties.
Well,
for
one
Jackson.
of them was a sideline warning, so they didn't actually mark it off. But yeah, they had 3 flags thrown on them back-to-back-to-back. We're talking about the head coach for Jackson, Andy Hall, in his 14th season. How about Scott Bartholomew in his first with the Cavaliers, but no stranger to Ohio high school football. 173 and 91 in his career. Handoff straight ahead here goes nowhere. It was Morgan again on the carry. A couple of defensive linemen in there for Jackson. I think Tylen Messer, one of those. So 2nd down and 10. They put him right back at the line of scrimmage. And a look over here to the sideline. Head off Morgan, and not much room there. Gets it out over the 50 to the 49 of Jackson. And that'll bring up a long situation here, 3rd and 9.
Yeah, following up the big 25-yard carry. hasn't been a whole lot of room for Morgan in the last couple. Stuffed at the line of scrimmage the last time. This time able to get 1 yard. Doubt he may be forced to air it out here at 3rd and 9.
Cavaliers, a team that's thrown the ball a little bit more than they've run it. Averaging about 120 yards more per game through the air than through the ground. 228 pass, 108 rush. Scoring about 31 points per game this year. 3rd and 9 here. Doughty has some room. Have to get rid of it, though, as he gets pressured and just throws it out of bounds over the head of Tavion Galloway, who was covered out there by Drew Wiley. And Landon Camp also there on coverage.
Yeah, you know, Doughty didn't have a whole lot of time getting out of the pocket, but you look to Chillicothe's sideline, Trey King probably had 3 or 4 yards on that defensive back. If Doughty had enough time to get out of the pocket, maybe get his shoulder squared. And you know, Doughty, pretty solid arm for a high school quarterback. Could have been a touchdown there.
4th and 9, they'll punt it away. Doughty, the punter as well, about 38.5 average for him this year. He's put 8 of them inside the 20. Nice punt here. Will bounce at the 3 and roll into the end zone for a touchback. So the Cavaliers get the touchback on the punt, and Jackson will get set for its 2nd possession of the ball game. They were moving the ball well their first time through, but stalled with the penalties. Cavaliers able to flip the field a little bit, though. I think sometimes these games you just want to make the other team have to put together long, sustained drives.
Right. I mean, last time Jackson gets the ball, I think it was actually on the Chillicothe side of the 50, this time on their own 20. Gonna have to put together a lot longer drive here.
They send Wood in motion. They hand it off. No, it's Winters who keeps it, cuts it upfield over the 25, and he's wrestled down about the 28-yard line.
Well, Winters a big kid. I mean, in the program at 6'3", 220. That's not a whole lot of kids around here going to be able to take him down one-on-one. Going to take a lot of gang tackling to get him down.
Lucas Reinhardt was the first one to get there. Evan Lake also in on the tackle there. So 2nd down and 1 for the Ironmen. Boy, those big gains on 1st down. We've already seen a bunch of them here. I'll hand it off to Wolford this time, trying to bounce outside. Stiff-armed one man, and he gets the 1st down and more out to the 35-yard line. And Jackson not doing anything too fancy right now.
No, just a whole lot of Cade Wolford. I mean, he's had a great game already so far. I think we have him down for 32 yards on 5 carries.
So 1st and 10 here at their own 35-yard line. They need the 45 for a 1st down. Winters again under center, hands it off. Wolford again straight ahead, picks up a few. I'll mark him right around the 39-yard line.
You know, you talk about a high-stakes matchup. I mean, Week 10, senior night here for Chillicothe. You know, we've already talked a little bit about how, you know, Chillicothe able to pick up a win here. It'd be a 3-way tie between them, Washington Courthouse, and Jackson. A win for Jackson would be an outright FAC title for the Ironmen.
Handoff again here, and not much running room. Stacked up at the 40-yard line and taken down. Oscar Morgan in on the tackle among others. And a big stop there to bring up 3rd down and 5. Jackson, by the way, looking for its 2nd straight FAC title. After winning it last year, they won it also in 2018 and 2019. And we'll get a timeout here. That is Jackson's first. We'll take a quick break as well. Still scoreless, 2:20 left in this 1st quarter. Southern Ohio Sports Authority presented by OhioHealth.
At OhioHealth, you can see your doctor here or here, on this or on these. And no matter if you're over here, over there, or anywhere in between, you'll feel good knowing OhioHealth provides the finest care anywhere. Schedule care today at ohiohealth.com/finestcare.
Hey, Mike Glockner here from the Glockner family of dealerships. Want to wish all the fall sports athletes a very safe and successful year. Good luck.
Jackson out of its first time out. 2:20 left here in this first quarter. Jacob Wise, Dewey Daly with you on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth. Final week of the regular season here, but we have a playoff preview show coming your way Sunday at 7 o'clock. Handoff Wolford coming near side, trying to get to the sideline, and he is out close to a first down. Actually, I think that's Nolan Johnson. It's like 6 out there instead of 8. That 6 almost touches. Picks up the first down, so the timeout, you can't say it didn't work, out to the 50-yard line.
First carry of the day for Johnson. Only the second carry for Jackson that's went for more than 10 yards here tonight. Big time first carry for Nolan Johnson.
Wolford's going to line up as a receiver here. And they put him in motion. Handoff bobbled a little bit, but they still get the exchange. Galloway trying to chase him down, but Wolford running to the sideline. Gets into Chillicothe territory down around the 45-yard line, and a decent gain on first down on a play that looked like it was headed for disaster there for a moment.
He made a lot out of nothing. He goes up the gap. Galloway standing right in his way. He's able to get outside, kind of use the outside the outside tackle kind of as a blocker, and just able to get the edge, pick up 4 yards.
So 2nd down and 6 here, and Jackson not in any hurry at all. It's a team that likes to wear opponents down. And the handoff here, I believe that's Johnson again. We'll pick up a few and bring up a 3rd down and short.
You stay out of penalty trouble. This type of offense is pretty effective, especially, obviously Chillicothe takes the opening kickoff, so Jackson going to get it at halftime, able to run the clock down here. This more than likely going to be the last play of the first quarter.
Third down and 2. Trying to get Chillicothe to jump, and it looks like they did. So both teams have been able to get the other to pick up a first down. I believe that's the first penalty on the Chillicothe side so far. So the clock stopped there briefly.
Jackson theoretically doesn't have to run a play here. By their body language, it doesn't exactly look like they're going to either.
Clock inside 10.
We could get something quick here.
I run one play. Hand it off. Wolford cuts back. Bowls through a couple of defenders. And he's out near another first down as we come to an end in this first quarter. Scoreless after 1 here in Chillicothe. The Ironmen on the move. This is high school football on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie & Son Trucking. Willie & Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week, presented by Willie & Son Trucking, each week at SOSAOhio.com.
Michelle and her dad. Decades of dares. 1 month of learning to jump. First day doing it solo. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at OhioHealth.
About ready to start the second quarter here in Chillicothe. The Cavaliers and the Jackson Ironmen. Scoreless after 1. Cavaliers got the opening kickoff, were driving about midfield, though fumbled it. Jackson got it. They were driving, looked like they were going to put the first points on the board, and then a couple of penalties derailed that drive. Cavaliers got it back, but had to punt after a couple of big plays. And the Ironmen trying to put together a nice long drive inside the Cavaliers' 30-yard line. First down and 10 from the 27. And a whistle here and a timeout for Jackson. They'll burn their second. A little surprising coming off the quarter break. Probably not what you're looking for. You'd think you'd have your personnel and formation and what you want to do already figured out during that time.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to burn your timeout, like you said, coming straight out of the break in between quarters, especially when you've already burned one in the first quarter. I believe Jackson now down to only one timeout left for the final 12 minutes of the first half.
Big thank you, while we have a moment, to head coach Andy Hall and Scott Bartholomew and for the Cavaliers, and Newt Bonner for the Cavaliers for taking care of us here. Dewey making faces here in the press box.
It's always nice.
Nice setup.
When you're out of the we're
exactly. Inside this week. Yep. Nice high vantage point. Got our own booth. First down and 10. See if they've got it figured out here out of the timeout. Fake the handoff.
May have gotten away with a bit of a false start there.
Plenty of room to move around, and it's nearly intercepted. Quinlan Netter stepping in front of the intended receiver, just about took that one away. That's the second that looked like it was going to be picked off.
That's Netter again, almost able to come up with it. It was a little low, so he had to go down forward a little bit. Tough interception.
They're trying to find Jacob Wood there over the middle after Winters had scrambled a little bit. Cavaliers doing a nice job to flush him out of the pocket. Second down and 10 here. A rare first down throw for Jackson so far in this game, at least. They've run the ball so well.
Yeah, you have a guy in Wolford who was 10 for 55 in the first quarter.
Handoff straight ahead here to Johnson, and he has nowhere to go. We'll pick up about 2 yards to the 25. Wolford, by the way, averaging 7.5 yards per carry this year. So I guess that you can get behind the sticks a little bit on first down when you have that.
Right. And, you know, obviously you talk about the 7.5, currently at 5.5, which is still pretty solid. And what you can say, Chillicothe holding him to under his average so far.
Yeah. So third down and 8. Oh, look to throw again. Immediate pressure. Wrapped up ball is loose, and it's scooped up by Chillicothe. Galloway hops on the fumble. It was Carter Boltonhouse who got to Winters. Galloway scoops up the fumble, and the Cavaliers hold again on defense, and they get the ball back.
Yeah, Boltonhouse, just immediate pressure on Winters coming out of the play action fake. For a second, I thought Galloway was maybe going to scoop and score that and take it all the way for about 60 yards. Either way, a big-time turnover on downs for Chillicothe. Keep Jackson out of the end zone for one more possession, a chance here to take a lead.
Galloway had forced 4 fumbles this year in an opportunistic defense for the Cavaliers that has caused a lot of fumbles for their opponents this year, but this time he scoops one up. They'll head back out there and maybe try to catch a pass or two. First and 10 for the Cavs. Their own 38-yard line. Some room here for Dowdy. Has to scramble now. Gets rid of it quickly, and it's in and out of the hands of Lucas Reinhardt. It was going to be a nice first down gain there. Instead, second down and 10.
Yeah, second time Dowdy's looked for Reinhardt on 3 passes. First time was able to hook up for a 6-yard connection. This time, not able to do so.
I think it was Eli Broerman on coverage there for the Ironmen. So second and 10, Dowdy in the gun. Has plenty of time to throw it. Again, going right back to Reinhardt. This time he hangs on, cuts back in, and he's out over the 50 into Jackson territory. About a 14-yard, 13-yard gain, but there is a flag all the way back by the Chillicothe offense. And it is a hold. The official signaling. So would wipe out a first down for the Cavaliers and bring up second down and long. Like they got Dom Barron, a sophomore left guard. The offensive line for Chillicothe has been solid this year. Jacob Leemaster, the senior at left tackle. Dom Barron, the sophomore left guard. The senior Bolton House at center. Trevor Banks at right guard, another senior, and another sophomore at right tackle, Cole Crawford. Got a few others rotating in this year. But instead of a first down, it's second down and 27. A hold back behind the line of scrimmage. So fake the handoff here, immediate pressure. Dowdy trying to scramble, and he can't find any room. He's sacked back inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah, a bit of a coverage sack there for Jackson. You know, Dowdy stays in the pocket, trying to give his receivers time to get open, but nobody was able to shake the coverage. Nice defensive stand there for Jackson.
Kind of one of those situations, too, where you have to understand it's second and long. The other team probably knows you're going to throw it, and you may not have as much time to go after it as you normally would, as they sent a blitz there, trying to find who that was that got in on the sack. Anyway, third down here and 34. Has to get rid of it quickly, and in out of the hands of Galloway as Dowdy was hit from both sides, but able to pick himself up off the turf here. And he starts running off the field, but he's got to stay in there to punt it away.
I'll tell you what, it really didn't even look like he was throwing that to Galloway. I didn't get the number, but it looked like he was throwing it to the guy running kind of the bubble route behind the line of scrimmage.
It might have been better.
He was hit as he threw, and it just kind of ended up going Galloway's way. And honestly, if he was able to bring that in, may have been able to pick up 10 or 12 yards on the play. Obviously, still would have been a 4th and long, but maybe could have got Dowdy closer to not in his own end zone.
So Dowdy to punt here. Had a nice punt his first time. It's a high, kind of wobbly kick, bounces at the 48. Takes a Jackson roll. Touch there by Aaron Valentine about the, was at the 47-yard line. And that's where they'll down it. So Jackson will get to set up shop here inside of Chillicothe territory. Both teams have had some big plays already in this game, but nobody's been able to find the end zone. 9:59 left here in this first half.
And you know, in real time-wise, it's been a relatively quick game. I don't know the exact time, but I'd say it's been probably right around 45 minutes or so.
If they started
time.
at 7, it's only 7:34, so moving right along. Running near side. That's Johnson. No, that one's Wolford. Johnson has a knee brace. I have to look for that.
The 6 and 8 are pretty similar on Jackson's jersey, so it is a bit tough to call out.
Nice gain on first down. So 4 yards here, bring up second down and 6. 9.5 left to play here in this second quarter. Winters under center, fakes the handoff. Actually rolled himself into some pressure there. A big flag comes flying in, and Winters will take it himself, and looks like he picked up a first down, but we'll have to check the flags.
Well, I tell you, Galloway had a clean path at a sack, just overran it a bit, although I think this one is either coming back or it could have been a possible face mask on Galloway as he came through. I'm not 100% sure.
I didn't hear, I couldn't understand what he said for the call. He didn't make the motion, but it was on Jackson. So they do bring it back. Back across the 50. They'll mark it at the 48-yard line and bring up second down and 16.
10-yard penalty, whatever it was.
Might have been an illegal formation.
It was a spot foul, I believe.
Then,
and if it was illegal,
then it was something.
And I don't think it was a legal motion because the flag was thrown.
Could have been an illegal chop block, maybe?
Yeah, the flag was thrown after Winters had already got out of the pocket.
I think the officials are talking here that it's a spot foul, not from the line of scrimmage.
But
and
either
so
way,
that would move it back a little farther. Doesn't look like.
Maybe a couple yards. It wouldn't be a whole lot. It may be.
Yeah. Looks like they'll leave it here. So 2nd and 16. Fake the handoff to Wolford. Winters will take it himself. This side of the field wide open, but a big hold. Galloway about had his jersey ripped off.
Yeah, it's
Tylen Messer trying to seal the edge. And so you'll wipe out that run.
Yeah, that one wasn't too hard to miss. Messon had Galloway all wrapped up. That'll move him back even further now into their own territory.
How about this offensive line, though, for Jackson this year? All seniors, the starters: Trent Evans at left tackle, Alan Adams at left guard, Nate O'Brien, the center, right guard David Norris, and right tackle Tylen Messer. They've done an outstanding job. A team that, is averaged 221 yards rushing per game this year. Pretty impressive.
Right, and really that's where it all starts, and that's where you'd like to have all your seniority at. I mean, we can talk about Cade Wolford all day, but if it wasn't for the offensive line, none of that would be possible.
They do hand it off. Wolford has some room on the far side, trying to shake past the tackler, but Reinhardt able to hang on. Still a big gain past the original line of scrimmage. They mark him at the 43-yard line. So it'll bring up 3rd down and 6 here. Maybe 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7, we'll call it. The roster for Jackson, not quite as extensive as Chillicothe's, but the Ironmen seem to have some bigger bodies.
Yep.
So 3rd and 7 here. Toss. Trying to cut back inside the 40. A couple yards short of a 1st down. Run this time from Eli Broerman, the junior.
Was that Broerman on the carry?
Yeah, 28.
His first carry of the day goes for about 6 yards. So far, the 4th Ironman to carry the ball. Leading the way, Wolford with around 12 carries. We've seen Nolan Johnson a couple times. Winters had a carry back in the 1st quarter. First one of the night for Broerman.
Reinhardt tripped him up. 4th down and 2. Big play here for this Cavaliers defense. 2 yards has not been tough to get for Jackson. Some pressure immediately, but able to avoid the initial would-be tackler. And Wolford falls forward for the 1st down. Boy, somebody flashed in there right away. I think it was Memo Willison.
Yep.
Coming off the 2nd level. So 1st and 10 here at the Chillicothe 35. Wolford has room, weaving his way, and he picks up another 1st down. All the way down to the 20-yard line, or just outside it.
A 14-yard carry there for Wolford, his 4th carry at 10 yards or more. Ironman now a couple yards out of the red zone.
Jackson's been down here a couple of times. They stalled out on previous trips, trying to finally cap one off and put a score on the board. Wolford on the sideline, knocked out inside the 10, but another 1st down, so Jackson will have 1st and goal.
And just a toss to the right side. I didn't get a number, but the wide receiver out there on the outside did a great job sealing his guy off. Big time carry there for Wolford.
Quinlan Netter knocking him out of bounds. And Messer, who had the penalty earlier, did a nice job of kicking out a Chillicothe defender on that play as well. I think it was Stapleton out front doing the blocking, the receiver. And the toss again, back to the far side, trying to pick his way to the edge. And not a lot of room there, gain of 1 or 2.
Yeah, same play for Jackson. This time, obviously, you're closer to that sideline, so not as much room to work with. Chillicothe did a great job sealing that off.
So 2nd down and goal from the 7-yard line. Wolford in the backfield with Broerman. It's Wolford again trying the right side, and he's taken down again shy of the goal line, but a little bit closer here inside the 5. And 3rd and goal.
Now they're just gaining a little bit at a time here. You start the set of downs off on the 9-yard line, you push it up to the 7.
Looks like they're going to mark this one at the 2.
Yep.
It was 3rd and 2 just a bit ago, and the Cavaliers were there but unable to make the play to get the stop. A big 3rd and 2 here. 3rd and goal for Jackson. 3 in the backfield. Wolford straight ahead. No, that's Johnson, and Nolan Johnson breaks into the end zone for the first score of the game.
Yeah, 2 yards out there for Johnson. You put 3 guys in the backfield in the line. You know, obviously you're probably assuming Wolford's going to get that one, but it's actually Johnson for his, I believe that was his 3rd carry of the night. This time able to go 2 yards for the score.
And the extra point goes through. Jackson with a 7-0 lead. 4:36 left here in the first half. We finally have a score here from Chillicothe. This is high school football on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon. That's the slogan, and that's what we believe at Par-Mar stores. From groceries to gas and all the other stuff you need, Par-Mar has it. Download the Par-Mar app for even more savings, and don't forget the Par-Mar rewards card too. We also believe in being a big part of your community, so look for us at the ball game or wherever you are. Shop us today, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and remember, if there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
Carlos. First time setting foot inside a tattoo shop. Second picture his daughter has posted to her story. Third check on his bucket list. And 4 years of cancer-free checkups at OhioHealth.
Yeah, the kick taken here by Lewis. Has a few blockers, still going. And a nice return by Lewis to give Chillicothe some solid field position. And so the Cavaliers, important here to try to put together an answer. They've had some good success offensively here and there, but nothing's to sustain so far. A couple of drop passes, a fumble early in the game on their first drive. So Dowdy back here in the gun. Quick look over here to the sideline to see what they want to do. Quick pass, Reinhardt dropped it. Another drop for Lucas Reinhardt.
Yeah, that's the 3rd time he's went to Reinhardt here in this game. A big thing for Chillicothe here, not only obviously do you want to go down here and score, but I think a big goal of this drive is to try to run as much time down. You don't want to give Jackson much of a look here to score going into the half. We've already talked that obviously Jackson going to receive the second half kickoff, so Chillicothe want to put together a solid, efficient, and time-consuming drive here.
Pistol formation here. By the way, Reinhardt last week had his best week of the season. 5 catches, season high 95 yards against Hillsborough. The handoff this time, near side Morgan to the sideline. Picks up a nice gain out over the 45 to the 48-yard line. And right at the first down marker, they'll move the chains. First and 10 here for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, you know, when Morgan gets going, he's had some success, obviously, following the 25-yard carry off of his first one, got stuffed for 2 carries at 0 yards and 1 yard. This time on his fourth, able to pick up a first down with a 10-yard carry.
Yeah, it looks like the Cavaliers will burn their second timeout. So both teams now left with 1 for the final 4:20 in this first half. I think some folks maybe who are other games tonight or kind of casually checking in on scores might see this one and think, boy, what in the world is going on here in Chillicothe? There's some folks who expected Jackson to win this one by a mile. But so far, the Cavaliers playing some tough defense. They just got to get the offense going.
All right, you know, I think if you told people from Chillicothe that, and obviously the half isn't over yet, but if you told people from Chillicothe, hey, we're going to hold Jackson to 7 points in the first half, I'd say they'd be pretty satisfied with that. Once again, the half not over quite yet, but 4 minutes to go.
Well, they've got some time and some decent field position here. They'll fake the handoff, quick throw far side, and that one goes right off the numbers. Quinlan Netter trying to haul one in there and just slipped through the hands.
Yeah, you know, Chillicothe receivers having some trouble bringing the ball in right now. Dowdy making some solid throws that, you know, that one would have been close, but a lot of these would have been first down throws, but just some trouble bringing it in for Chillicothe receivers right now.
So second down and 10. Dowdy throwing some nice passes here. I'll fake the handoff again. Immediate pressure. They're going to try the screen. They've got Morgan with a little bit of space, but that's quickly closed off. And what looked like might be a decent gain turns into not much of anything as Braden Powell, the outside linebacker, got a read on it, was able to run it down. Nice job by the senior. Just a couple of yards, third down and 8 here for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, like you said, it looked like there was going to be a lot of room for Morgan to run, but nice gang tackling there by the Ironmen.
Galloway split out wide to the bottom of the screen. Can't quite see him here. They're going to throw it to him on a bubble. Has plenty of blockers in front. He's inside the 40, past the first down marker, and down to the 35-yard line. And so Tavion Galloway making a nice play, but Jackson, you got to believe that they understand that if, you know, Galloway's split out like that, he's probably going to get the football. Normally, he's otherwise lined up as a tight end.
Yeah, they got him in the slot here. Nice catch and run there by Galloway. Another one of the guys on the field tonight. Going to be tough to one-on-one tackle. Good job by Galloway after the catch.
They're going to throw it this time to Reinhardt. Able to pull it in, pick up a couple of yards. Put him at the 31-yard line. Clock inside, 3 minutes left to play here in this first half.
Reinhardt's been a busy guy so far tonight. 4 targets. He's tied with Galloway for a team high. 2 catches for 9 yards so far tonight. Big thing for Chillicothe here, you're moving the ball pretty well. Faced with a 2nd and 7, you're also, you know, draining the clock kind of how you wanted to at the beginning of this drive.
Reinhardt in motion. We'll hand it off this time. Nice hole. Cutting back toward the middle is Morgan. He gets popped there inside the 25-yard line. And move the chains again here for Chillicothe. Cavaliers doing a nice job of mixing the run and the pass.
Yeah, another big run for Morgan. This one goes for 9 yards, able to pick up the first down. You know, we talked a lot about how Chillicothe without Max Lee here the past several games. So far tonight, Oscar Morgan doing a great job filling those shoes.
Eli Broerman coming up to make the tackle for Jackson. They'll hand it off again here. And this time Morgan, not much room. Just gets back to around the line of scrimmage as the clock ticks inside 2 minutes. Both teams still with one timeout left.
Yeah, A.J. Denny just kind of came around that right side unblocked and was able to get right on top of Morgan, bringing down right around the line of scrimmage. Nice stop there by the Ironman defensive end.
Pistol formation here. It's Morgan behind Dowdy. They'll fake the handoff. Looking for Galloway just out in front. Galloway had a step on the defender, Jacob Winters. Galloway may be able to put that one in the end zone if it's a couple of feet closer to him.
Yeah, you know, that's really the first off-target throw that Dowdy's had tonight. He's had a bunch of good throws. Unfortunately, this time it comes when you have a guy in Galloway with a few steps on his defender, and like you said, a good chance that Galloway would have been able to take that one in for a score.
3rd down and 10. 1:31 left here in this second quarter. Blitz coming, ball out, caught King on the sideline. And Trey King picks up another Chillicothe first down, it looks like, at the 11-yard line. Now they do move the chains. Trey King's first catch tonight, the 6'5 senior. Leads the team with 8 touchdown grabs coming into tonight.
Man, like you,
3 different 2-touchdown games this year.
Like you said, first catch for King. Couldn't have come in a better time. Faced with a 3rd and 10, able to pick up 11 yards, put him in the red zone, and give him a new set of downs.
Reinhardt motion, they'll fake the handoff. Dowdy takes it himself, bowling ahead inside the 5. Cavaliers can pick up a first down around the 1-yard line. Clock continuing to run, inside 50 seconds left here in this first half.
Yeah, we talked about how big Winters is. Dowdy not a little guy himself in the book. It's 6'3", 225 pounds. Going to be a tough guy to bring down when he keeps it on those read options.
They'll hand it off this time, trying to get to the edge, and Morgan unable to turn the corner. Loses a yard or two, and the Cavaliers will have to burn their final timeout here. And the clock stops with 26.6 left. Some options here for the Cavaliers through the air as well. You know, you go back to Trey King, 6'5", Tavion Galloway, 6'5". Those are some big targets you can run there into the end zone. If you want to run Aaron Valentine in, he's 6'3", so you've got some tall targets.
Yeah, they definitely have a lot of red zone guys. One thing Chillicothe going to have to realize right now, and you know, you kind of got a demonstration of it there, probably not going to be able to beat Jackson running sideline to sideline. Unfortunately, there just not a lot of room for Morgan. He's, you know, if he's faced with that again, best thing for him to do, probably just stick his foot in the ground and try to get back to the line of scrimmage. And, you know, you never know. You might be able to plow over a guy, pick up a yard or two, maybe draw a face mask, you know. You never know.
So 3rd down and 6. Gotta believe this is going to be a shot to the end zone here. You do have a solid field goal kicker in Mason Sibrel, also a pretty good basketball player. You don't want to leave points on the table, but you really want the 6 here. Dowdy sees a lane, and it's closed up quickly. He'll lose a yard. Cavaliers can't stop the clock, and it's 4th down.
Hey, you got to go. You can't clock it. You got to get on the field. They're going to try to run the field goal unit out here. Only got 10 seconds.
You practice this all the time. Looks like they'll get lined up. It'll be a 26-yard attempt.
They got it off.
They did get it off, and it's blocked.
Now, if that doesn't go out of bounds, which it did anyway, I was going to say Chillicothe could have got on top of it, but, you know, it gets blocked, but you got to give credit to Chillicothe for getting out there and executing that pretty well. Obviously not able to block it, but I didn't get a number on who blocked it, but somebody got up in the air and got a big paw up there, able to knock it away. Unfortunate for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, you got to wonder, too, if during the timeout it was throw it to the end zone, throw it out of bounds, but whatever you do, don't get tackled inbounds. But then you're Mason Dowdy, and you see the middle of the field open up. It closed up quickly on him, and that made it difficult to run the field goal team out there. They had to hurry, and it gets blocked. So 7-0 your halftime score. Chillicothe and Jackson here in Chillicothe. Jackson in front, and they will receive the second half kickoff when we come back in about 20-ish, 25 minutes or so. We'll step aside, let you listen to the bands tonight. We'll be back with the second half after this on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
At OhioHealth, you can see your doctor here or here, on this or on these. And no matter if you're over here, over there, or anywhere in between, you'll feel good knowing OhioHealth provides the finest care anywhere. Schedule care today at ohiohealth.com/finestcare.
Hey, Mike Glockner here from the Glockner family of dealerships. Want to wish all the fall sports athletes a very safe and successful year. Good luck.
You know they don't stop because they're so smooth. With the
1970. Many of the students from the class of 1970 have not yet turned 70, but are coming to the game and are celebrating their 15th year reunion together tomorrow. We're also here for a great privilege. It was 4 days before our graduation in 1970 when Ray Chillicothe Cavaliers lost his life in a driving accident prior to the class of 70 graduation. Tonight we honor the students from the class of 70 who are sitting in Arch Street in zones, ready to watch the game. Enjoy visiting a classmate they've not seen for years, and the fun of many students who have passed on over the 50 years to sadden that our last county was a class of 71 students. Our classes the past few years gained knowledge, as well as new and valuable friends, now classmates and teachers. As a senior, we showed enthusiastic spirit as we never used to pass. The class of 70 sponsored the junior senior prom, produced a class play, participated in the homecoming festivities, and conducted the senior banquet. In the final semester of school life, the seniors eagerly look forward to that glorious commencement of the other ones.
Back here at Chillicothe High School, a 7-0 lead for the Jackson Ironmen at the half. As we get set to start the second half, Jacob Wise, Dewey Daly with you. Carson Francis running the camera tonight. Glad to have you along for this one. Jackson won the toss, we mentioned at the outset, and deferred, so they will get the football here to start the second half. Mason Sibrel out getting set to boot this one away. Heck of a job by the Jackson marching band, Chillicothe as well. But Jackson, boy, they stretch out from the 25-yard line to the 25-yard line. It's hard to miss. Pretty impressive what they were able to put together there. As we get started here, the old fake bum rush to start the kickoff. Just the one touchdown, a 2-yard run from Nolan Johnson in the second quarter. As this a 7-0 game, Chillicothe got close there at the end of the half, but the last-second try for the field goal was blocked by Jackson. A short kick here, and Jackson will have great starting field position out at their own 39-yard line to start the second half. So they got the second half started here while they were still reading some stuff there on the PA. I think class of 1970, I think, here in the end zone tonight. Jackson's offense back out here. We'll see what kind of halftime adjustments they made. A quick toss to the far side and a quick 5 yards, quick 6 yards out to the 45-yard line. Looked like Wolford on the carry there.
Yeah, an extremely efficient first half for Wolford. Into the half, 17 carries for 107 yards, and also had the only Jackson Ironman reception that went for 6 yards. Only 1 for 4 passing in the first half was Jacob Winters. Could see him aired out a little bit more here in the second half.
So second down and 5 here. Hand it off again. This time looks like Broerman straight ahead, nowhere to go. Stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Good job there by Carter Boltonhouse. A couple other teammates in there with him as well.
Yeah, only second carry of the night for Broerman. First one went for 6 yards. This time, nowhere to go for Broerman.
So third down and 5, a chance for this Chillicothe defense to get off the field here quickly to start this half. But we've seen this Jackson offense time and time again already tonight. 5 yards doesn't seem like it's been very difficult for them. They'll fake the handoff. Winters will take it himself, has some room, has the first down into Chillicothe territory. And another third down conversion here for the Ironman offense. Both of these teams locked into playoff berths. We'll be playing somewhere next week. Obviously, you know, where that will be could depend a lot on how tonight's game ends up. Obviously, a lot of teams making the playoffs now. Both these teams 7-2 coming in. Jackson trying to pick up an outright FAC title. Straight ahead, room to run. This one is Johnson, and Johnson out over another first down. Just shy of the 35-yard line. They'll mark him at the 36. And, you know, Jackson really hasn't had many of those big plays, but they've had a lot of chunk plays, 6, 7, 8 yards.
Yeah, they've had about, between all ball carriers, about 6 or 7 carries that went for 10 yards or more. That one there was the second on the night for Johnson. Sets Chillicothe up with a new, sets Jackson up with a new set of downs.
Handoff again, Johnson again. Trying to pick his way through and stacked up for a short gain just inside the 35. Stacked up by a few, looked like Tavion Galloway got there to kind of push the pile over. I think Lucas Reinhardt in on the tackle as well. He's been around for a lot of tackles tonight, coming up from his safety spot. Of course, a lot of defenders around the line of scrimmage when the ball gets snapped. The way this offense is for Jackson, a lot of times double tights. Again here, a couple of running backs in the backfield. And they'll fake the toss. Winters thought about throwing it back, has some pressure, does get rid of it and nearly completes it. Looked like it was going to be a sack, and then it looked like it was going to be a completion. And it ends up incomplete, 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, Winters, you know, pocket starts to collapse. Not a whole lot of room to go. Luckily, I believe that was Johnson on the right side. You know, able to avoid the grounding penalty, able to, I guess, successfully throw an incomplete pass and avoid the sack.
Sometimes incomplete is a win. 3rd and 7.
Be a big stop here for Chillicothe.
Wolford in motion. They fake the handoff to him. Winters trying to throw deep. Hit as he throws, and it's too long. Trying to find a man streaking through the middle of the field.
Stapleton.
Braden Stapleton, the senior, looked like he had a step.
And you know, that's really the first time we've seen Winters air it out downfield. We had the one on their first drive that Netter almost intercepted around the 10-yard line, but that itself was only maybe a 10 or 15-yard throw. That time, we're looking at about 30 air yards for Winters. Looks like Jackson going to stay on the field here for a 4th down.
So 4th down and 7. Winters in the shotgun. 4 receivers go out. Looking over the middle, and it's too tall for Bo Landrum. He was working out there with Miles Lewis and Sean Smith on coverage. And Jackson turns it over on downs. Another trip for this Jackson offense into Chillicothe territory that ends up with no points.
Right, great job by the Chillicothe secondary. You know, it looked like Landrum maybe had a bit of a step, but it wasn't much. Didn't get a number on the DB there, but, you know, he made the window small, and at that point in time, Winters wasn't able to fit it in there. Once again, a great stop by the Cavalier defense.
Would have taken a perfect throw. So the Cavaliers come back out here. It was Sean Smith, by the way, on coverage there for the Cavaliers. Dowdy hands it off, no running room, and stopped behind the line of scrimmage. A.J. Denny getting in on the tackle. Looks like a loss of 1 back to the 32-yard line. You know, Mason Dowdy, when he's thrown the ball, he's looked solid. He's had a few passes dropped tonight. He's had decent protection. He'll look to throw it here. Pressure quickly, has to try to run, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and even lose a yard. Good play there. Andrew Davis knifing in from the linebacker spot to make the play, and it's 3rd down and 13.
Well, this is where, as a Chillicothe receiver, you're going to have to get open. And once again, this is going to have to be a route either right at the sticks or maybe a yard back. You don't want to run anything too intermediate here, around 5 or 6 yards.
Dowdy Has time, throws it deep. Galloway with a step has to turn around, and a flag comes in.
That's what makes underthrown balls so dangerous. You get a guy like Galloway, ball's a little bit underthrown. That's where you get a lot of advantage as a receiver. You have a right to come back to the ball when you have a DB face guarding you. Obviously, he doesn't know where the ball's at. A great job by Galloway there to draw the flag.
Broerman and Landrum both on coverage there. Talking about 5'11" and 5'10". Great coverage, but again, Galloway 6'5". You're looking at that as the quarterback. Why wouldn't you take a chance? And again, that underthrown ball can certainly be dangerous. So 15 yards and a free first down that bails out the Cavaliers on 3rd and 14. So the Cavaliers with new life up to their own 45-yard line. Galloway with a couple of catches and a few tackles in this game so far tonight.
Had the fumble recovery
and
as well.
Fumble recovery, yeah. 4 wides here. They send Lewis in motion. A swing pass to the running back, Morgan, trying to get to the line of scrimmage, and he's knocked down hard there by Bo Landrum. Now, one thing for these Chillicothe running backs, they are not big. Quinlan Netters, 5'9", 160. Oscar Morgan, 5'8", 165.
Yeah, and Morgan's taken some hits tonight. I mean, we opened up the game, Morgan trying to recover. It was kind of a
short kick.
Yeah, a short kick to the right side. Tried to get it on the bounce, took a hit. Luckily, Chillicothe was able to get on top of it, but even right there on the swing pass, took a pretty good hit. Lost a yard on the play.
2nd down and 11. They'll move Morgan behind Dowdy into the pistol. They'll fake the handoff and roll him out. Immediate pressure. Dowdy sacked, a big loss. Braden Powell, the senior, coming off the edge as an outside linebacker to make the sack. And a 3rd down and a mile.
Yeah, I'd say really here, you almost have to air it out. I mean, there really isn't any laying up on 3rd and 26.
So they go with the draw play here, which everybody typically looks for on those 3rd and long plays, and Morgan hit as soon as he got the football. Boy, this drive has gone the wrong direction for the Cavaliers. I think the only positive play was the pass interference. Yeah. So 4th down and 31. And Dowdy will go back to punt it away.
Well, if you want to know how good Jackson's defense has been as of late, last 3 carries for Oscar Morgan have all went for negative yards.
Yeah, Dowdy, a high kind of knuckleball here, will bounce just shy of the 50. And takes a Chillicothe roll down to the 40-yard line. Where it's
39, yeah.
Picked up there. Oscar Morgan stops it at the 39, and the Jackson offense will come back out with 5:13 left here in this 3rd quarter. A 7-0 lead for the Ironmen. Feels like they're in a bit more control than that. But several drives for them so far tonight. They've gotten deep into Chillicothe territory and come away with no points. Winters will go under center, double tights. 2 running backs behind him. They'll hand it off. Wolford weaving his way through, has some room, gets to the sideline where he's ridden out there by Miles Lewis, but not before picking up about 7 yards.
Yeah, Wolford just more or less faster than a lot of these guys on the outside. He's really just able to beat a lot of them to the sideline. That's why he's able to get to the outside and, as you see there, pick up about 6 yards on the play.
Did mark him back at the 45-yard line, so 2nd down and 4 here. Another handoff. This one Johnson trying to bowl his way forward. Gets out to the 48, just a yard shy of the 1st down, pickup of 3. So 3rd down and 1 here. Well, it feels like defensively, if you're going to get Jackson off the field, you've got to get them into a 3rd and medium or long situation. Yeah. Anything inside 5 yards seems easy for them to pick up.
You almost either have to stuff them or get them for a loss on first down.
Or hope they throw it and go incomplete.
Right.
Wolford stacked up, bounces
That
off,
works
but
as well.
Cohen Butler able to hang on and make a big tackle, a loss of a yard. It'll bring down 4th down and 2.
Well, Jackson faced with a 4th and 2 last time. Obviously a little bit different field position here for the Ironmen.
I think they're going to try to punt it away here. Cohen Butler came in with 5 tackles for loss this year. That's a big one there.
Tell you what,
Netter will go back to return the kick here.
I'm a bit surprised. I don't know. I'm a bit surprised they're not going for it.
4th and 2 from midfield, you would think. You better watch out for something here.
Especially when the punter is the quarterback as well.
Thought about it, but he does punt it away. It's a good one down inside the 20, and it hits and goes out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, 12 or 13. And so the Cavaliers, again, that defense
Good
holds.
Stop, yeah. And it was really we're talking about stopping them on first or second down or hoping they throw, come up with a big 3rd down stop on a kid that's averaging 7.5 yards per carry. You say, I think it was Cohen Butler able to get in the backfield, bring him down for a loss, force a Jackson punt.
Butler with 62 tackles coming into tonight. I don't know that we'd said his name, but a big tackle gets the ball back into the hands of the Chillicothe offense, and a quick possession there for Jackson. But now the Cavaliers backed up deep in their own territory. Oscar Morgan running on. We'll hand it off to him, coming near side. Cuts upfield through a tackler out to the 14-yard line, so give him about 2 yards. Inside 3.5 left here in this 3rd quarter. It's been a fairly quickly moving ball game.
Yep.
Both teams running the ball a lot. And without a lot of scoring, it's more chances for the clock to continue to run.
It's been a lot of running, and it's been a lot of long drives.
Hand off far side, trying to fight through is Morgan, and it looked like as he was off balance trying to get past a tackler, got hit hard there. Lucas Reinhardt behind the play, slow getting up. Did pick up a couple of yards out over the 25 to the 26-yard, or excuse me, out over the 15 to the 16-yard line. So bringing up 3rd down and 6 here.
And this is a spot where we've seen Dowdy make some solid throws. He's just going to have to get it to receiver that can bring it in.
Has time, lets it go, and it's in and out of the hands of Quinlan Netter, who had to leap for it and unable to haul it in, and it'll bring up 4th down and long.
Yeah, second time tonight looking for Netter. At first I thought he may be throwing it to Galloway, but either he was and he overthrew it badly, or he was looking for Netter on the outside, just maybe a bit overthrown for Netter, unable to come up with it. 4th down and 6.
Does have 20 catches on the year. But Netter at 5'9", that pass a little bit too tall for him. And Dowdy back to punt it away. So a 3 and out here for the Cavaliers. Puts a good boot into this one. Hits inside the 45, and it'll roll back down to the 38-yard line. So we're right back to where we were about a minute ago. So 2:12 left here in this 3rd quarter. Both teams just taking turns punting the football away. Got a feeling these Chillicothe fans are just waiting for something to bring them to life. The Jackson fans, I think, a little surprised at how this game has gone, especially offensively for the Ironmen so far tonight. Fumble on the snap, and Winters just has to pick it up and go straight to the turf. That's been an issue from time to time this season for the Ironmen. They'll lose a yard, 2nd down and 11. And we were just talking, if you're Chillicothe, that's kind of what you need on 1st down to have a chance.
That's what you need. If you're able to hold, assuming it's Wolford or one of the three backs here carrying, you can hold him to a 5 or 6 yard carry.
Rohrman this time able to bounce off a couple of tacklers out over the 40 to the 42. About a 5 yard gain. But again, because of the loss on first down, still 3rd and 6.
And Jackson has shown, I mean, I think they were around maybe the 45-ish yard line the last time. So, you know, if it's 4th and 1, 4th and 2, could be another punt here for Jackson. Chillicothe could come up with another stop here. This time be a 3 and out.
Fake the handoff. Winters will take it himself and breaks the tackle, and he gets the first down.
And that's where that size comes into play. Just a tough guy to bring down. And we saw Aaron Valentine get in the backfield right away, but Winters just too big of a cat to bring down, able to move the sticks for Jackson.
Aaron Valentine with 2 hands on him. Looked like he'd had a chance to bring him down, but Winters able to break that tackle and move forward and pick up a big first down here for Jackson as we wind down here the final 40 seconds and counting in this 3rd quarter. Rohrman again, pick up a few here inside of Chillicothe territory. 4 yard gain, 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, Jackson not going to have to snap the ball here. You see Winters already heading over to the sideline. That'll probably bring us to the end of the 3rd here.
Three quarters in the books, still 7-0. Jackson Ironmen on top here in Chillicothe. This is high school football on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie and Son Trucking. Willie and Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week, presented by Willie and Son Trucking, each week at SOSAOhio.com.
Michelle and her dad. Decades of dares. 1 month of learning to jump. First day doing it solo. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at OhioHealth.
Get ready to start the 4th quarter here in Chillicothe. 7-0 Jackson. Chillicothe has not been shut out this year. Jackson has pitched shutouts in 2 of their last 4 games. 2 weeks ago, 48-0 at McLean, and 4 weeks ago, 42-0 against Miami Trace.
You know, you look at the Chillicothe offense averages, averaging 30.5 points a game, 337 total yards at halftime. This Chillicothe offense was only at 93 total yards.
Whistles here at the snap and a delay of game for Jackson.
That's big for Chillicothe. Going to be another 2nd and 11 for Jackson.
If you remember earlier, there was, I think it was the end of the 1st quarter, Jackson came out for the first play of the 2nd quarter, had to call a timeout, and now another quarter break. Don't get the first play off, which I don't see that very often, especially with good teams.
Coach, yeah.
So back him up, 2nd down and 11 here. Wolford lost the football briefly, but able to fall on it as he stumbles down. Cohen Butler in on the tackle, 3rd down and 5 here.
And here we go, you know, 4th quarter action now. This is a big play for Chillicothe. You got to get a stop here.
It's Johnson this time, has some room, and Reinhardt able to pull him down inside the 25-yard line. That might be the biggest play of the night for this Jackson offense so far. Nolan Johnson coming into the game is kind of the third man. 47 carries coming in. He's done a nice job tonight. 3 of them in the backfield here. It goes to Johnson again off the left side. Picks up about 5 yards.
So far tonight, Johnson doing a really good job kind of filling in as that complementary role to Wolford. He's had 3 carries, excuse me, 4, no, yeah, 3 carries go over 10 yards. Had a pretty good night so far.
2nd down and 5. We'll stay with those 3 backs in the backfield. This time it goes to Wolford. Bounces off of a tackler and can't find a whole lot of room. Picks up a few yards. Boy, even though on the plays where it seems like these Jackson running backs can't find a lot of room, it still ends up being 3-4 yards.
Yeah, Wolford does a good job. You know, he realizes, you know, this isn't going to be a boom play. He just sticks his foot in the ground, goes forward, you know, tries to get some yards after contact. This time able to pick up pretty much all 3 yards directly after contact. A good strong run from Wolford, able to set up a 3rd and short for the Ironmen.
Johnson off the left side picks up the 1st down inside the 15-yard line. Move the chains again. Jackson poised here to make this a 2-score game. But again, we've seen this before. 3 or 4 times the Ironmen have been down inside deep into Chillicothe territory, and the Cavaliers have been able to hold. Johnson again, hit at the line of scrimmage. Oscar Morgan down low, able to hang on to him. But again, still a few yards.
Yeah, the Jackson backs do a really good job of taking what they can get. I mean, you look back to the last run, diving forward, it's just a move the chains run. Now, you know, you look at the chains, Jackson's still able to pick up a 1st down. It looks like it's right around the maybe 3.5, 4, somewhere in between the 3 and 4 yard line. So not goal to go yet for the Ironmen.
Handed off again. This one's Wolford. Bounces off of a tackler, falling forward, and he's into the end zone. And a touchdown for Jackson from 10 yards out. Wolford makes it a 13-0 game with 8:43 left here.
Yeah, strong run by Wolford. You know, bouncing off of guys, just stumbling and bumbling into the end zone, this time from 10 yards out. His 1st rushing touchdown of the night, his 10th on the season. 2nd score here tonight for the Ironmen. Going to be able to take a 2-score lead with 8:43 to go in the quarter.
Thatcher Brown out to kick the extra point. And that one is good. It's a 14-0 lead for the Jackson Ironmen. 8:43 left here in the football game. Back in a moment on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon. That's the slogan, and that's what we believe at Par-Mar stores. From groceries to gas and all the other stuff you need, Par-Mar has it. Download the Par-Mar app for even more savings, and don't forget the Par-Mar rewards card too. We also believe in being a big part of your community, so look for us at the ball game or wherever you are. Shop us today, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and remember, if there's not a Par-Mar store...
Carlos. First time setting foot inside a tattoo shop. 2nd picture his daughter has posted to her story. 3rd check on his bucket list. And 4 years of cancer-free checkups at OhioHealth.
Jackson with a big touchdown to make this a 2-score game, 14-0. Brown boots it away, a short kick fielded at the 24-yard line. Trying to dance his way around and Not a lot of extra room there, but the Cavaliers won't have terrible field position at their own 30 with 8:38 left. And now urgency is the word for this Cavaliers offense. We were talking during the break there that it's time to come out and maybe start slinging it around a little bit.
Well, you know, like we said, Dowdy, you know, he's been under pressure a lot, and he's made some solid throws. You know, once again, we go back to it. Chillicothe receivers just, you know, had a bit of, we've actually kind of joked about how it's, you know, you can tell it's kind of dark out on the field. So, you know, definitely not doing anybody any favors when you're trying to receive a dark brown ball on a dark field.
So an empty set here. Dowdy lets it go, and it's off the hands of Netter along the sideline. Probably a ball that should have been caught. Cavaliers receiver has been plagued by drops a bit tonight.
Yeah, you know, really a pretty solidly placed ball. You know, he got both hands on it. He was, you know, obviously full extension, so those are never easy. I think it would have been another first down for Chillicothe, although, you know, only second down, so probably 4 down territory as well. So you got 3 downs to work with.
Quick throw here. This one caught by King. And it'll pick up about 5 yards, maybe 6 if they give him forward progress out over the 35. You know, the downside to coming out and throwing it around is you can be off the field in a hurry too.
Yeah, I tell you, I'm watching the Thursday night game last night, and the Saints managed a 21-second 3-and-out. As an Alvin Kamara owner, I was not too thrilled about that.
That is pretty impressive. Andy Dalton out there throwing picks.
Red rifle.
Dowdy throwing over the middle. This one caught by Netter. Circles around, and he's inside Jackson territory, inside the 45 to the 43-yard line, and a big conversion. A nice throw by Mason Dowdy to pick up the first down for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, you know, Netter had a bit of trouble bringing the ball, and he had the drop a couple plays ago. This time able to come up huge for Chillicothe, get him on Jackson's side of the field. New set of downs for the Cavaliers.
Had 3 rushing touchdowns last week, did Netter. Season high.
21-yard pickup there for Chillicothe.
Netter's mainly been used as a receiver tonight. Dowdy again will roll it out. Looking for somewhere to go. He goes to the sideline again for Netter, and that one incomplete. Second down and 10. Good news is the incomplete pass stops the clock if you're a Cavalier. Jackson wishes they'd maybe have some short passes that keep those clocks running.
Yeah.
They'll leave Morgan in the backfield here. 4 wide receivers. Be a quick pass, Galloway on the screen. And he's able to break a tackle, get some room to the sideline. Down to the 20, and he's ridden out of bounds inside the 20-yard line by Jacob Winters. And Tavion Galloway takes a screen that looked like it was going to go for not much at all, but a broken tackle, and it turns into a big play.
Yeah, that's the second time we've seen him turn a screen play like that into a big gain. The first half, it was a 15-yard pickup, which I believe was a 2nd and long, able to move the sticks there. This time, another second down for the Cavaliers, this time for 22 yards.
He's split out wide here at the bottom of the screen. 3 receivers near side, 1 to the top of the screen. Dowdy throws off his back foot toward the end zone, and good coverage there. It falls incomplete. Trying to sneak it in at the corner. Bo Landrum on coverage does a nice job to keep Trey King from being able to make a play on that throw.
Yeah, you know, it looked like King was going for the old curl go route. It just never really looked like Landrum bit on it, and obviously you still have to run the route, so it was more or less just an extremely covered fade route. But good ball by Dowdy, you know, either throw it right in the breadbasket or throw it out of bounds where nobody can get a hand on it.
Then you're throwing a ball to a 6'5" receiver going up against a 5'10" corner. Here's a completion to Galloway at the 15, breaks a tackle, gets down to the 10, and bounces his way out of bounds. Berman pushed him out. And that'll bring up a 1st and goal here for the Cavaliers.
Another big-time grab for Galloway. This time a 12-yard pickup. He's had 3 catches over 10 yards. Coming up big for Chillicothe.
So 1st and goal at the 9. Dowdy to roll it out. Galloway covered in the corner, throws back to the middle, and it's incomplete. Netter there kind of boxing out a defender at the goal line, but a couple other defenders crashing down on the play.
Yeah, Netter almost turned into the DB there. Kind of a dangerous throw, you know, kind of throwing across your body back towards the middle. At that point, you just kind of have to throw it up for one of your big guys, or maybe throw it away. You don't want to risk an interception here in the red zone, especially when you're trailing 14-0 in the 4th quarter.
2nd down and goal. Dowdy wanted to throw back. He does get it to Morgan down to the 5-yard line. So they put everybody to the right side of the field and then fake the rollout to the right, throw it back to the running back, and Morgan able to pick up a few. But now 3rd down and goal from the 5.
Oh, almost a good play, really a good play call. If Morgan's able to outrun that last guy, had a good shot at the end zone.
Galloway split out way wide right, top of the screen. We'll see if they run him back down the line. Dowdy pulls it down, tries to run it, trying to go forward, and he's down inside the 5. It was pulled out right at the end by Jacob Winters.
That was close.
Little quarterback on quarterback crime there. It was close, but the whistles, I think, had been blown. So here we go, 4th down. Boy, I tell you what, I think if Dowdy waits half a second longer, he has Galloway coming down the goal line. But it's hard when it opens up in front of you to not take it. So 4th down and goal from the 2-yard line.
Yeah, it's 2 yards here, but on 4th down, I'd say you almost have to air this out.
Dowdy will lob it to the end zone for King. It is caught for a touchdown. Trey King rips it out of the hands of the defender, and the Cavaliers are on the board with 5:19 left. It's a 2-yard touchdown catch for King. We mentioned that he leads the team in touchdown grabs. That's his 9th of the year.
Yeah, I mean, what can you say? That's the ideal goal line fade. You throw it up to a big kid. You know, you look at Trey King, 6'5", 185. You already mentioned 8 touchdowns on the year. That was his 9th. A big-time play for Chillicothe. Only a score out of this one in the 4th quarter.
7-point game with 5:19 left. Jackson in front by 7. They'll get the football right after this. Southern Ohio Sports Authority presented by OhioHealth.
At OhioHealth, you can see your doctor here or here, on this or on these. And no matter if you're over here, over there, or anywhere in between, you'll feel good knowing OhioHealth provides the finest care anywhere. Schedule care today at ohiohealth.com/finestcare.
Hey, Mike Glockner here from the Glockner family of dealerships. Want to wish all the fall sports athletes a very safe and successful year. Good luck.
5:19 left in this one. Jackson 14, Chillicothe 7. The Cavaliers finally on the board with the 2-yard touchdown pass to Trey King. And he rips it out of the hands of a defender to give the Cavaliers a chance. Defense will have to come up big now. Both teams still with all 3 timeouts. And Sibrel to boot it away here. It's a short one. Taken at the 27-yard line. And a quick tackle made by Miles Lewis. And Jackson, with 5:15 left, can try to milk this thing away.
You know, the last few drives from Jackson, obviously Jackson getting into the end zone on their last drive, but before that, Chillicothe done a
Got a visit from the Jackson band
Lost wallet.
here in the press box. Miscommunication here for Jackson. It'll be a sack.
And that's big for Chillicothe.
Winters turned around to hand off the football and nobody was home.
Big loss, about 5 yards.
Mark it all the way back to the 27-yard line. Bring up second down and 15-ish, 14-ish, kind of in the middle there. The hand goes up to signal the play clock under 10 seconds as they break the huddle. Play clock down to 3, 2. They get it off. Quick pressure in the backfield, and the second man gets him. Miles Lewis in on the tackle. And a short gain will bring up third down and long.
Yeah, defensive tackle with Trevor Banks got in there right away, overran it a little bit, but he had some help coming along the way, able to stop him right around the line of scrimmage, picks up a yard on the play. Here we go. This is what you wanted if you're Chillicothe. You're going to get a 3rd and 14, going to be a little under 4 minutes to go after this play.
There is not a wide receiver on the field here for Jackson. They'll fake the handoff. They will throw it. Winters trying to go deep. Throws it deep, has a man wide open, and it's caught at the 35-yard line. The Chillicothe defender fell down, and it's Wolford who makes the catch out of the backfield. A huge play, and Jackson goes from 3rd and 14 to 1st and 10, and they flip the field completely.
What can you say? Netter tries to come over last second, but just not able to get there in time. Wolford with his 2nd grab of the day. This time in a big way.
Quick handoff here. Wolford, not much room. It's dragged down by Carter Boltonhouse. What a punch to the gut, though, for Chillicothe, folks. They felt like they were going to get off the field and have a chance to go tie the game. And now you're going to have to maybe start burning some timeouts here if you are Chillicothe. Jackson just trying to put this thing away and go to 8-2 on the year and pick up a 2nd straight FAC title. Now a short gain here, but the Cavaliers will burn the timeout, their first. 2:47 left. It'll be 3rd down and 8. Again, 3rd and 14. And the bomb to Cade Wolford out of the backfield. Just running straight down the field. Defender fell down. And I think Jacob Winters threw that with some contact. Looked like he was about to be pulled down. And now the Cavaliers, if they want to have a chance, have to make a play here.
Yeah, and here we go. You almost got to forget about the last set of downs. It's 3rd and 8. You're able to stop the clock. You still have 2 timeouts left. It's 3rd and 8.
And if you're Jackson here too,
4-down territory,
right,
I'd
with
say.
the position on the field, you don't have to get it here on 3rd down.
Now, although you don't have to get it, we haven't really seen enough punting from Winters to know what kind of skill set he has. But, if you're able to pinpoint this, obviously everybody wants this, but if you can pinpoint it inside the 10-yard line, it obviously depends how much they get here. I'd say anything more than a 4th and 4, I would almost want to punt it away, trying to pin them deep in their own territory.
3rd down and 8. 2 running backs, 2 tight ends, and a wide receiver. They do hand it off. It's Wolford to the sideline, and he's bumped out of bounds right around the 1st down mark. He needed the 23-yard line for 1st down, and they got it.
Yeah, that's really close. Either way, I think Jackson was going to go for that on 4th down. It would have been a tough stop So it would have been more or less 4th and inches. But obviously anything can happen. I mean, we've seen a couple muffed snaps tonight for Jackson. But a really close call there on the sideline.
3 running backs here. Handoff, Wolford straight ahead. Or that was Johnson. He's got that black
knee brace
on. That's what I try to look for. The 6 and the 8 look identical from here. Both of them have done a fantastic job tonight.
Yep. And without adding it up, I'd say Wolford at least 20 carries, or at least that's what it looks like on my paper. I'd say Nolan Johnson, probably about half of that. Eli Browerman has 4. And Winters has kept it himself about 4 times.
Please set the game clock at 2 minutes and 28 seconds.
Take some time off the clock here. It was 2:31, and they'll run it down to 2:28. Second down and 4, 2:28, and now counting left in this one. Jackson doing exactly what they wanted to, just move the ball down the field, run some clock. They did have to get the big pass play early in the drive, but
yeah. Only the 2nd completed pass tonight for Winters, although both completed passes have gone to his running back, Cade Wolford.
This time it's Wolford, spins off of a tackler, and he's down to the 5. He stumbles down at the 4-yard line. Just missed getting a touchdown there. Would be his 11th of the year. He got his 10th earlier in this 4th quarter. 8:43 left, made it a 14-0 game. The Cavs able to go down and score with 5:19 left. Make it 14-7. Looked like they were going to get off the field on 3rd and 14, but the long pass to Wolford converts for Jackson, and now they're trying to punch it in to put an exclamation point on this one. Straight ahead, and touchdown, Jackson. With 1:24 left.
Yeah, that's Eli Browerman now. You know, the trio of Ironman running backs all with a touchdown with 1 apiece.
I think it was actually Braden Powell who got the carry there. 24 came into the game.
Wasn't 28?
The extra point is good. And a 21-7 football game here. Actually, you know what? Now looking at the replay, it was 27.
27.
Gavin Jones with the carry, one of the tight ends, who got up out of the pile with the football. Either way, Jackson now a 2-touchdown lead with 1:24 left. Pretty entertaining the way Jackson moves guys all over the field too. They have running backs running long routes. They've got tight ends in at running back. They, they throw it to the running backs a lot. They throw it to the receivers every now and then. You'll see them with double tights and 3 running backs and no wide receivers on the field and still throw the football. So 1:24 left here. 21-7, Jackson in front. The Ironmen looking for their 7th straight win here to close out the regular season. And this one hits Valentine. Flag, or the beanbag comes flying in, and Chillicothe does fall on it. Just a line drive there off the leg of Valentine.
Yeah, he almost turned around to, go back and kind of get him blocking formation, and it just kind of looked like it hit him maybe in the side, and didn't get a number on the guy that tried to come in, or who eventually recovered it for Chillicothe. But he had some problems picking up it as well, and Jackson almost came away with that one.
So the Cavaliers will come out here, 1:22 left in this one, down 2 scores. Need a quick score and then an onside kick.
Quick. Got a $1:22 and 2 timeouts.
Dowdy, I think he has the arm to push it down the field.
Yeah.
He's got some tall receivers. Will he have time? Right now, no. He's got to get rid of it. Finds Galloway at the 50. He's stacked up by Winters.
Ref took a hit right around midfield.
Gets driven back to around the original line of scrimmage. They'll give him forward progress to the 50, so a gain of about 3 yards. Now the clock continuing to run here. Some of the fans here wondering why a timeout is not being called.
From here, it almost looked like Galloway got out of bounds, but apparently not.
Quick throw here to King. The old hook and ladder, flips it back to Netter. Netter trying to get out of bounds, and he does at the 41-yard line. And the clock stops with 30.1 left.
Yeah, Jackson was just kind of almost waiting on that. I mean, they kind of had 3 guys waiting on Netter. You almost have to wonder if maybe they've ran that play at some point this year, and Jackson kind of expecting it there, or at least that's what it looked like.
1st and 10 here, Dowdy in the gun. Good protection, steps up, trying to throw it deep, lobs one toward the end zone. Reinhardt down there, but it's intercepted by Jacob Winters in the end zone for a touchback. And Jacob Winters seals this thing for Jackson, as the Ironmen will go to 8-2 and a perfect 5-0 in the FAC and win their 2nd straight FAC title. Cavaliers going to fall to 7-3 and 3-2 in league play. Both teams, though, headed to next week.
And, you know, I tell you what, it's getting a bit interesting in the FAC. You know, we're looking at halftime scores. Hillsborough and McLean, a 20-14 halftime score, and one that really caught my eye. Miami Trace and Courthouse were tied up at 14 at halftime. Obviously, that game probably nearing its end, as is this one. So it'll be interesting to see the final as that one rolls in.
And Winters in victory formation just takes a knee, and the Cavaliers will let this one go ahead and run down. Final score tonight from Chillicothe is Jackson 21, Chillicothe 7. It was 14-0 early in the 4th quarter. Nobody scored in the 1st quarter. Jackson led 7-0 at half. It was 14-0 after 3. Cavaliers made it a 14-7 game with 5:19 left. But the Ironmen go down and score on a 4-yard touchdown run by Gavin Jones. And that is your final, 21-7. Congratulations to Jackson on taking the FAC crown outright. Perfect 5-0 in league play this year. And again, now 8-2 on the season. The Cavaliers hard fought, but they fall to 7-3, and they go to 3-2 in the FAC. And that wraps up the regular season here. And both teams now will try to forget about this one and move on to week 11.
And maybe week 12 as well for both of these teams. You know, you talk about Chillicothe, you talk about Jackson, both put together really exciting, you know, really good-looking regular seasons. It'll be interesting to see. Obviously, you know, you look at Joe Idle, that stuff will probably start to roll in as we hit midnight here and roll into tomorrow morning. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, how, I think it's Region 11 for both of these teams. It'll be interesting to see how those rankings shape up. You know, you got Washington Courthouse in there as well. It'll be interesting to see how that game finishes out and where they land. So, you know, and it's possible we could get a rematch between one of these teams as we roll into week 11.
And a reminder, we will have our high school football playoff preview show coming up on Sunday live at 7 o'clock. We're going to go 7 to 9, I believe. 7 to 10. We're going to stretch it to 10 o'clock. We know that you guys have enough to talk about. So again, 7 to 10 o'clock on Sunday live right here on our YouTube page, or also at SOSAOhio.com. As always, also head over to SOSAOhio.com tonight and tomorrow and throughout the weekend and throughout the rest of the high school sports seasons this year as we continue to bring you the best coverage from Southern Ohio of all the area teams in all the different sports, game recaps, featured stories, photos, all the good stuff over there at SOSAOhio.com. For Dewey Daly, Carson Francis up on the camera, Jacob Weiss here saying so long from Chillicothe High School. Tonight, the Jackson Ironmen win the FAC title. They get a 21-7 win over the Chillicothe Cavaliers. Thank you so much for watching on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.